Hello, I'm Aude from PTFS Europe, and what's on my mind today is new OPAC preferences in Koha 2411. So there are three I want to show you today. The first two are small improvements, and the last one is a brand new feature. The first one is called OPACShowLibraries, and it's about this link here that you see in the More Searches area. Prior to 2411, this link would appear if you had any library in your administration library settings that was set to public. If I edit this, it does tell me that this particular setting is used in two places. First, it means that the library will show as a search option in here. So if I look at location and availability, these are the libraries that are set as public, but also it triggers the generation of this Koha page, which lists all the libraries and also their details. Some library services, however, want their libraries to appear in the search, but they don't care that much about this page, probably because they have their own page about their library details. So those libraries in the past have usually had to use CSS or JavaScript in the OPAC user CSS or OPAC user JS system preferences to hide this link. So the new system preference in 2411 just allows you to do that more easily instead of having to use code such as CSS or JavaScript. So if I just switch this to don't show and save my preference, and now if I go back to my advanced search, I still have my libraries appearing correctly in my search options, but I don't have that pesky libraries link appearing at the top. So that page is completely hidden. It's just a way to make it easier for you to manage without having to look at any CSS or JavaScript. And that was the first one. The second one is about the login label. So in here in 2411, I have some options for what the label for the car number or the username, depending on what your library uses, should show as. Prior to 2411, this would simply say login, but that was causing issues in accessibility audits. It was coming up saying the login label was actually confusing for people using screen readers because it's not specific enough of what type of information is expected in there. So when you upgrade to 2411, unless you had used JavaScript to change that label already, that login field won't be called login anymore. By default, it's going to be called car number. But you also have a new system preference to set one of three options. So let's have a look and see what these options are. So the system preference is called OPACLoginLabelTextContent. And as I said, car number is the default, but I also have car number or username, which is what you could see on my screen, or just username, again, depending on which vocabulary you use with your library members. And then that setting just applies straight away for me. So again, one of those where you don't have to worry about playing with code if you want to change that label. That's two. And now for the last one, which is the OPACVirtualCard. What this one does is it allows library members to log into their OPAC and to their account on the public catalog, and just to find a virtual copy of a library card. We've all had library members in the library who forget their cards or just didn't plan to come to the library, and suddenly they not only have come to the library, but they want to borrow something and they don't have their card. In those cases, the library member would have to go to the desk, speak to a librarian, whereas a lot of libraries have self-service kiosks. So instead of having to bother library staff, then they can, with this new preference, just log into their account on the public catalog, put their phone in front of the scanner on the self-service, and scan their barcode to borrow something. So the way it works is a set of two system preferences. In the OPAC virtual card, it's just the master switch, so you can allow it. And when you allow it, you get the option also to set which barcode format it should be. So maybe your library cards are code 39, maybe they are code 128, maybe they're another. So there's a whole drop down of options for you. And once you've done that, when you are logged in, let's go to the account here. You will see a tab right at the bottom that's called My Virtual Card. And this is our barcode here. It does look very big on my screen here, but I'm on a computer, whereas this is really designed to be used on a mobile phones. And the size of the barcode makes a lot more sense when you reduce it to a narrower width that's more like what you would see on a mobile phone, to just make sure it's big enough for the kiosk to scan it. And that's it, some good new system preferences for you to have a look at when you upgrade to 2411.